Oh, right. All right. Okay. F1 2021 will not load. There we are. Hello and welcome everybody to the Tier 2 Round 8. My goodness. My goodness. What is oh. All right. The Round 8 Tier 2 Apollo Racing Club here in Singapore. I am joined in the commentary today by the supple, the handsome Van Beets. Now, today we have a very special race for you under the lights in Singapore. The grid capacity here today of 13 brought to you by Grid Finder. So we're going to be in for a very exciting race. Hopefully we get a some rain or something, I don't know, to spice it up. This is the longest race of the season, and rain would just extend that. So, we'll see what happens. I have no idea where the championship stands. We have 8 full-time drivers today, less than that. I think we have a lot of reserves here filling in, which we really appreciate. For all of those who do reserve, it can really help fill out the grids and have a lot of fun. So we here at ARC really appreciate the reserves, but that does mean that the championship might be drastically affected here today, with many of the places and positions not counting towards the final standings. Chipsy, a former Tier 2 champion. Kia, a former Tier 1 champion. Amateur. Yeah, I think we're in for hopefully an interesting race here. Always, or I should say, usually some drama. There's no audio playing. That's brilliant. What is going on? You will have to excuse me. I didn't touch any of my... Oh, because it was muted. Right. Oh, right. There we go. Van's back. I apologize for that, everybody. That one is going to be a young my bad.
Hold it.
Anyways, Van was basically just talking about how he loves racing, has a passion for it, and thinks he's better than everybody else.
Yeah.
And that was about it.
Tier 1 was pretty hectic. We had a lot of bugs and desync issues and blue flags flying around. People crashing into other people.
It looks like Chipsy. Let me quickly turn on everything.
Niall's going to start off
the laps. Sorry. Yeah, it will be Sir Niall. So let's ride on board. Van, do you want to take us through a lap?
Sure. So he's going to brake for turn 1, turn left. Doesn't cut as much curb as you can here. But it's fine. Good exit by Niall here to see how he enters turn 4, I hope. Opens DRS for this in the first straight. Brakes just after the 100-meter board. Again,
and Van, that's rain. That's rain. It is raining.
Really?
Here in qualifying. That is why everybody rushed out. I see rain streaming down the dash of Niall. I don't see it on the spectator cam, but I see it when we ride on board.
I don't see it at all. So that's interesting. That did happen last night at the end of quali. Now coming out of the hairpin.
Okay, I do see it on the spectator cam now as well.
Yep, I see it now, yep. This will be very advantage for Niall, I think.
And Chipsy, roughly being in the same sector, shouldn't affect them too differently. Oh, you can already see Niall losing the rear end there, and he's on controller, so he is definitely struggling. But sorry.
Really questionable Mr. Hood on the mediums. I mean, maybe not questionable actually, because maybe he wants to start on that tire.
Right. But if nobody else gets their laps in, it's not going to matter because they'll all get a free choice if you do your fastest lap on inters. So Niall crosses the line. Could this be a pole position for Niall? Let's see if Chipsy can deny him that as he comes around the final corner now in 6th. Look at that, how much he has to turn the wheel. Really fighting the car. Crosses the line and goes faster by almost 0.6 of a second.
And it's Mr. Hood coming right after them. Mr. Hood beats Niall.
And on the mediums makes that a Williams 1-2. And as you said, starting on those medium tires, definitely in a very advantageous position. Rad now about to cross the line. 5th fastest for him. Jagame's able to set a 1:39. These are still times I don't think you'd ever be able to beat with inters, so it looks like they will be starting on those soft tires.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll just have everyone retire. Hopefully.
That seems unlikely. Eric crosses the line with a 143.6, unable to set a good lap. Teichmann a 142.2 or 142 flat on those medium tires. MLG God now next across the line. Goes 8th fastest with a 140.028. The rain is still falling but does not look to be increasing intensity. Speaking of, Sadist here has lost his full front wing.
Yep, and
Somewhere.
this might be good news for Teichmann if you want to start on that medium. I see someone actually coming out. It's Nismore on the softs, so I guess he didn't get the memo that it was going to be raining. Poor engineering by the Mercedes group.
Yo, true.
Who knows? Maybe he can put in a good lap.
Seeing as he was unable to keep it on the pit lane, this is looking like probably the end of his qualifying competitively.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll see people go out again or if just people will retire. It's not completely like wet, but it's definitely going to affect times. And Kia and Rad are going side by side into the pit lane for a second there. Sadist going out on the softs again after losing his wing. I guess he wants to try it again. Nismore still on his outlap, by the way. That's been like 4 minutes now since we saw him leave the pits. Gypsy slapping on those mediums. I wonder if he'll come back out. It's not completely like wet. They could probably still do dry times. Cosmic just straight up leaping the session. Let's see Nismore coming into turn 1 now on the softs. And I think he may have already validated his lap before because his mini map is red. So
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Gypsy though, he's out of the pits on those mediums. Mr. Hood, however, goes on the softs. And that's Sadist in the wall again. And he just can't. Oh, and his tire is
boy.
on. Okay then. Mr. Hood out of the pits as well, so it looks like there's still time to be found. At least the drivers believe that. And that's Mr. Hood actually backwards on track. He needs to turn his car around before he gets disqualified here, which would send him to the back of the grid. And he's good, no wing damage from what it seems. Gypsy's catching Nismore. Nismore invalidating his lap from earlier. Gypsy might want to make some space here in case Nismore crashes. Because Gypsy is gaining a lot of time on him.
Gaining a lot of time.
That's Eric into the wall.
So Gypsy really thinks he can improve on these mediums. Let's ride on board with him and see if he's able to.
Oh.
I would have to assume not, and he invalidates, yeah, before he's even started. Well, the only thing I can think of is I'm not sure why people are going out on these tires after they set their lap. Oh, and that's Nismore off.
Yep.
Probably Nismo R, I would have to assume, after the car. But Cosmic is back. The game's on a lap here into turn 1. He is on the soft tire. We'll see if he can improve at all. Looks like probably not. Just so much rain. It is Rather than
Yeah.
intensifying, just staying consistent, which means, especially in qualifying when cars aren't constantly on the track, it is just going to get wetter and wetter.
Oh, Mr. Hood loses it out of turn 3. But he still can finish the lap. Maybe he can find a little bit of time to get pole position.
We shall see. I'm still riding on board with your games here, who has managed to keep it together over this lap, but I just can't imagine he's going any faster than he did before.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah,
Let's
just
see.
it's very treacherous conditions out there.
Yep, he's +6 on his time. I honestly don't think anyone will improve. Gypsy going into the pits. Mr. Hood is up by 3 seconds. Let's see who
Up by
else.
3 seconds. Oh my god.
Up. I meant
Tense. Yeah, okay. And he spins. And he's out.
Oh. Unfortunate.
Similar place to where Sadis had his first spin, but then Sadis going into the wall on his own. But just after coming out of that bridge. So that's going to be a yellow flag that will possibly impede MLG God a little bit, but not sure. You can ride on board with MLG God here, who you have to say is a little bit below where you'd expect him to be. Of course, the rain playing a huge factor in this, also a very technical circuit. But yeah, I assume he's also down on his time. I can't see anybody improving here. Yeah, as he loses
hopefully
the lead,
everyone.
pretty substantially.
Hopefully everyone retires. I don't think anyone can go faster.
Yeah. I mean, even if the rain stops with like 2 minutes left, the track still wouldn't be as dry as when you did your first flying lap. Oh, MLG got into the wall. They're now going to come into the pits.
And someone's still out. That's Eric. Oh, and as I said, Eric crashes into the wall. So even more proof that we should retire. But is that Alpine going out? No, he's going in. Okay. Everyone's going in right now. No one is on track. And actually, that's a Mercedes getting ready to go. That's going to be Nismore attempting another lap on those softs. Just wants to put time in, but I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
Kia doing the smart thing by retiring. Not gonna lie, I hope Nismore kind of crashes out here.
Yeah.
I mean, he's already struggling, as you can see, as more people hopefully start to retire. And yeah, the track's getting even more wet now, actually. It's starting to intensify. More puddles on the track here. There's no way Nismore even beats Eric's time. DRS is now disabled, so that definitely means Nismore will not. Oh, and Nismore just leaves. Okay. And his car apparently is back in the pits, so I don't know what happened there. I don't know if that's desync or did you see that as well? I think you did. So that's interesting. Cosmic is finally back.
I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I was on my phone. I was answering a text from a very concerned citizen. You know, actually, I can go into that right now. This is far more interesting than what's going on here, as nothing's going on out on track. There are two types of folk in this world. There are those who ain't, and there are those who are knee-high on a grasshopper. Which type ain't you ain't? Take it back now, y'all. 2 hops this time. Cosmic retires from the session. MLG God yet to retire from the Chipsy retires from the session. Could we see qualifying end 3 minutes early?
I don't know.
MLG God would have to rub both his brain cells together. We'll see. Can it happen? No, it cannot. Well.
Tykesman even gets the memo here. Nismore's not even in the game, so it's really just up to the Alpine boys over here to, you know, click a few buttons. Nismore says he's done with the game. He says, "Fuck you, Codemasters." Well, hopefully, I mean, he needs to come back.
Well, so that means the only amount of people that are still in the lobby are the same amount of people. Yeah, just 2. Okay. Oh boy.
I wonder what's going on in the Alpine voice channel, what they're discussing. There we go. Unfortunately, Nismore does not seem like he's willing to return. So, yeah, we have 1 minute left until quali's over.
Well, MLG God's still not retiring. Nismo is back and is probably about to retire. But MLG God, unfortunately suffering an aneurysm at his computer and unable to continue the race. It's very unfortunate.
There we go. Yep, so very interesting.
Pole position for Chipsy and a Williams 1-2.
Fourth, very Chipsy thing to, you know, demote himself to tier 2 and then get insta pole. Shaking my head. Who let this guy into tier 2, honestly? Alright, looks like it's a dry session. Sounds good to me. That's going to be a whole 52 minutes of Singapore racing coming right up. 31 laps, not including safety cars, which could make this race even longer.
Yeah.
And information lap is underway. Nismore is even here. I have no idea, but who knows? I'm just gonna assume that he's here. Theta starting on the hards for some odd reason. And speaking of him, I think he crashed already, so...
Okay, I apologize for my... Oh, okay, well, Chipsy going out wide, allowing... Wait, no, that was Niall, sorry. Just... Now, Van, walk me through the strategy here for the viewers at home.
Well, everyone on the top 10 on Sauce will definitely have to do a two-stopper unless they want to use the hards, which is a very bad idea. Sadist should be the only one stopping, I believe, unless the medium runners want to go into hards, but I feel... So here's the thing, right? If you do an undercut on this track, you gain like 3 seconds on the person you're fighting, so strategy is honestly all over the place. It could be really anything. I mean, last night it was pretty much, you know...
What are your one-stop options when starting on the mediums?
You would probably go into the hards.
Okay, so one-stop really only possible, obviously, with the hards, and the hards are not usable.
Yeah.
All
I mean,
right.
I believe Rosefest last night may have one-stop soft and mediums, because we were able to get him onto, like, lap 19, and then he did, like, 11 laps on the softs. But, you know, it's very dependent on
Interestingly,
drivers.
here, Van, the game said the two-stop for Mr. Hood being going medium, hard, medium. Obviously, that's probably not what he would opt for.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah.
All right, well, into turn 1, we arrived. James and Rad getting DSQ'd, but not terribly far, so their tires won't be too cold. But we'll see.
And Kia skipping by everyone.
Yeah. So here we go, Mr. Hood and Chipsy arriving on the grid to do their burnouts and to start the race. Mr. Hood on the inside of the track, being in first position, right? No. Wait. Yes. Will have the inside, but it's going to have less traction on the dirty side, plus having those mediums. Will he be able to beat his teammate into turn 1, or will he just let him because, yeah, who knows? Mr. Hood, of course, driving without line. Okay, and that is Sadist now taking the last grid position. The lights are on here in Singapore for round 8 of the Tier 2 season. It is lights out, and away we go with Chipsy getting a better start than Mr. Hood. Never mind, I take that back. Mr. Hood now going down the inside here. Niall not able to make it 3 wide, but Mr. Hood takes the lead. Niall retaining 3rd position, and the Red Bull of Radical going around the outside of Jagames into 4th position. Now having to take a wider line, loses the rears a little bit there, but Jagames not able to make any of those positions back. We have MLG God slipping down a position to Cosmic, as all of them stay pretty much clean and together. We have Nismo R out of the race, but not out of the race. His car is still ghosted, yeah. The gap's opening up a little bit now, but we have Mr. MLG God down the inside of Cosmic into the braking zone after Raffles Boulevard, unable to make a move stick as Cosmic, excellent braking around the outside, going to be able to retain that position as we... Oh, now MLG God straight into the back of him and causes a large pile-up with Pop Dog going to the inside of him and Eric also losing his front wing out of that instance. So not great braking from any of them.
Yep, and Chipsy having a really bad start, losing 2 positions. Mr. Hood, though, he'll be happy about this. And Nismore, I don't know what's up with him. We're going to have to get him into the lobby and either have him retire. And that is Sadist.
We have yellow flag for Sadist, yeah, who has lost his entire front wing for the 3rd time today. And we are 1 lap into the race. Hood with a clean getaway, but now Chipsy all over the back of Niall. Gonna want to be making this move back as quickly as possible if he does think he has the pace to be in front of Niall, just judging how closely he can follow his MLG God. Yeah, Cosmic falls back 2 positions there. Must have had a spin or a bit of a moment there. No, looks like he's got some serious wing damage. MLG God nursing some wing damage, as well as everyone else who hit him when he hit the back of Kia, I think it was. Yeah, so anyways, further up the field here, we've got quite a battle brewing for 3rd and 2nd position, respectively. Look at how close they are as Jagames trying to go down the inside of Rad. Can't quite make it stick there. A little bit of contact. MLG God picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, but around the outside, wide line there for the Games. Yeah, Kia with a switchback there, up into 5th position. Excellent racing from everybody up at the top here. We can see Mr. Hood leading the pack from Niall, from Chipsy, from Rad, and from Kia. Kia in the slipstream, though. Possibly going to make... Oh, up the field we have Chipsy around the outside of Niall. A little bit of contact there. Niall's front left bumping the rear right of Chipsy and making Chipsy just oversteer a little bit, but Chipsy with the inside of that corner is going to nicely take that, and Niall gets spun. Niall gets spun.
No.
Not sure who spun him. It was either Kia or Rad behind. He's not going to be
James
happy with that.
actually
And there goes his wing.
spun in front of him as well.
boy.
The Ghost and Nismore in 5th, starting from 12th. Probably because he doesn't have to touch anyone. I'm sorry.
Look at how close Rad is now on the back of Chipsy.
Now spins again. But yeah, Rad up in the third.
Let's see what he's able to do. Interesting battle brewing here between Kia and Rad and Chipsy. Hood looking like he's run off with this race, especially being on that harder tire. Being able to have a 3.5 second gap, you'd have to say without any mistakes, he looks like he has the pace to win this race. Especially with his teammate holding out anybody else. DRS will be enabled when they go across Raffles Boulevard for the next time in it. But not going to have it for this straight. Rad already so close, pulls out to the inside, maybe just to give a little psych out to Chipsy there, but Kia not far behind. I'm very impressed with Kia's race pace after the break that he's taken. His Rad a little bit kind of on the brakes at the apex there, had to make Kia stop. Maybe Rad was a little bit too hot into that corner here, as Rad gets a bit of a worse exit than Kia, but able to get into that second phase, opening up DRS. The cars behind Kia making gains on Rad. Rad not making the progress on Chipsy he'd want to. Kia now swoops to the inside here, not going to go late under braking. Rad with a little bit of a lockup from that front left, able to keep it under control and stick in behind Chipsy for another middle sector. Wow, Kia's pushing him through those corners. He is so close to him.
Yep. It's going to be a pretty good battle for second here. Chipsy not impressing me right now. He's fallen way behind Mr. Hood. Brad, though, doing a really good job. He'll have DRS now to play with. Chipsy having a weird X out of there, but he's still good. None of them are going to be able to pass each other for the time being. Don't think Nismore is coming back, so yeah.
Kia picks up a 3-second penalty. Oof, that is pretty hard to swallow on the third lap.
Oh, no.
Got a little
Late
distracted
on the
there.
brakes. Yeah.
And here comes Nismo to take P4.
What a move.
What a
What a
move.
ghost.
And we've got James, though. This opens up another little battle we've got between James and Kia once again. Looks like James doesn't have wing damage after his spin. Just lost him a little bit of time.
Can Kia get the move on Nismore, though? Will he go through him or around him?
Looks
He
like
goes
is
through him.
inside him. And that is NSFWF1, if you will, as now just a little bit of entrance from the rear there for James. Not sure if he had permission, but we'll refer that to the stewards. As James now able to open that DRS on Kia, who is not going to have it. Looks like James got a better exit than Kia now, powering down the straightaway. Kia defending to the inside here, not sure, a little bit of a half move, and James backs out of it. No confidence there to swing it back to the outside. Not sure where Kia was going to move, but now with a little bit of switchback, Kia has the inside of this corner, and it is his corner. James really has to yield there, or he's going to end up in the wall, as he does.
That's Rad in front of them.
Oh, no.
Nismore's back. Hopefully he retires quickly before nothing happens.
Well, now the closest battle, and quite frankly, the only battle, as MLG God picks onto the hards, is James and Kia, as they are 7.4 seconds off Chipsy, who is 5.8 seconds off his teammate. Kia with that 3-second penalty, James not having that penalty, but we're only lap 4 out of a 31-lap race.
Yep. Rad hits the wall again. So his amazing start is out now. Chipsy's still falling behind. He's now 6 seconds behind his teammate.
We've got actually a battle for P11 here. Niall trying to cut his way back through the field. First up is Sadist, but they are not in a very good overtaking section, as now James and Kia are about to cross the start-finish line to start lap 5, and James will have DRS here and once they go through turn 4, excuse me. So we'll see what he can do if he can get that move done this lap around. Obviously last round, Kia's defense kind of spooking James, but I didn't see anything wrong with it at all. Kia just kind of sat in the middle, and James couldn't figure out what he wanted to do, so he just hit the brakes. Better than making a stupid move. But here we go once again. James taking that really kind of cutting the track there just a little bit, but the purpose is he's going to be understeering through that dirty air out wide. Is now Kia very much on the inside. Realizes probably that James is going to get past him. Kia under braking.
Ooh.
Runs him out wide there, a little bit of a Schumacher-esque move, but that's going to give James the inside for this corner. Kia brakes super early, maybe trying a switchback or just giving him the position, realizing that he pushed him off the track a little bit there. Nismo has retired, thankfully, from the session, so we don't have a ghost driving around. Well,
hopefully that doesn't cause anything. I don't think it will, though.
Nah, we're good. He's off on the side there. So there you have it. Niall not able to get past Sadist through that first DRS section. We'll see what he can do through the next one as Nismo now leaves the session after doing his duty. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing any gaps on my screen really for the top, for the leaders. Those gaps are
Yep.
So let's ride on board with Mr. Kia as he tries to overtake James and get that position back.
Niall might have a move on Sadis now coming into DRS after the hairpin. He's right behind Sadis. He's not using the ERS. He will stay behind him for now. Tykesman pitting. Niall should have this move done next lap. He's gaining a lot of time on Sadis here. But now having a really bad sector freeze now. 5 tenths behind Sadis. But he actually caught up really well in the first 2 turns. But let's see if he can finally use his ERS and get past Sadis. He should. But Sadis had a really good exit.
Yeah, Sadis.
Now will.
Ooh. Yeah, no, gonna just hold station there for a little bit. Kia falling 1.5 seconds out the back of the game, so this is the only battle on track here.
Ooh, Sadis hits the wall. This may open the door for Niall here. Really good turn.
Yeah. Oh! Well, that's not great.
Yeah. There's a DNF by Rad on track. Will this be a safety car? It will be.
Wow.
And that, let's see, Mr. Hood, he is...
16 seconds, he can get a pit stop in under safety car.
Yep. Yeah, I guess we missed it because, oh no, Gypsy just came out of the pits. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. May be good timing for Gypsy, I'm not sure. Not really. He's 30 seconds behind Kia, so... doesn't really matter. Sadis goes into the pits. Wonder if he has damage. He does not, so him and Niall are fine. He's going onto the hards again because there's 2 lap old. What else we got here? James and Kia will definitely pit. I'm not sure if we'll see a pit from Pop Dog or Eric. Kia picking up another time penalty. The only driver so far. He has 6 seconds worth of penalties. Mr. Hood is pitting. I think he'll hit pit for the hard here. But I'm interested to see what he goes into. He's going to swap into the mediums again. honestly, not a bad call. I think he'll take those to lap like 21, 22, and then go back to the softs. Or not go back, but put on the softs till the end.
Yeah.
Kia doing the sort of the same thing. He's on the mediums. The game's opted in for the hard tire, which I don't feel is a good idea because sure they can last maybe to the end. That's just a maybe, honestly. But they'll
Unfortunately
be
for
very
Chitsy,
slow.
he's going to lose by pitting early and then putting into the safety car. He's going to lose 2 positions that he's going to have to make up here on the safety car restart.
Yep. Pop Dog putting on the softs, very interesting. Something different from the rest of the grid here. He'll definitely be faster, so we'll maybe see him overtake some people on restart. Yeah, it's going to be quite a bit until we get back to racing. I think 2 laps, honestly, of how spread out this field is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
11 drivers
he's
remain.
almost a lap behind where the safety car will pick him up from.
Yeah, I feel like it maybe won't wait for Cosmic, but once Mercedes catches them.
Look at that
That'll be good,
beautiful Aston Martin in it. Better than Mercedes 100%, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Okay, so safety car discussion topics. Here we go. Ben, why don't you do an advertisement for ACF1?
All right, so if you guys have not noticed yet, we have an F1 series and Assetto Corsa. It's very interesting because we can pretty much modify a lot of features, like the safety car, for example. If this was an ACF1 race, one of the ACFIA would be driving the safety car right now themselves.
And you guys have the ability to call it out whenever.
Yep, so the safety car driver will be always watching, looking for any incidents. So that's very cool.
Less bugs, more realistic feeling cars.
Yep.
I would say the only downside is that you do have to do a little bit of modding. The UI isn't quite as clean. There's a lot of kind of extra work to do, but I will say for my one time driving it was the only Wednesday I was free. I mean, it felt... I'm someone who can't race Codemasters F1 without line, and I had no problem racing no line. The cars actually turn more than 360 degrees, just like they do in real life. I think it's closer to 480, so you can really catch spins easier, and then once you've spun around, you know, you can actually take hairpins properly instead of just trying to take a ridiculously wide line for no reason. Yeah, I don't know, and the force feedback, the bumps, everything does just feel so much better. But again, caveat being that I think it is fair to say that it's a bit more work. It's quite a bit more work, but if you're looking for a more realistic sim experience and you don't have the money for iRacing, and of course that you want to race in a league and you want to race F1 cars, I would say ACF1 is really the only option. And it's a good option at that.
Yeah, like you can have your own custom team with whole liveries, and we can even fit more than 20 drivers if we want. I believe right now our max is 22 at Istanbul Park. So it's very nice. And of course, you know, we have diverse track selection. We're not restrained to what the game gives us.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it really is just. I think it's a good balance between iRacing, because you do have some of those nicer UI elements.
Yeah.
And I guess it's just much more akin to ACC, but F1. You can teleport back to the pits. Like, there are just things that, where it just realizes that it's not 100% a sim, obviously, as really there is no game. And, like, why can't you teleport back into the pits in this game, Like, really, that's where we're drawing a line on realism. It just feels really arbitrary versus ACF1 kind of does it in the name of convenience and quality of life changes, but then keeps the driving and all that very realistic. But that's just my 2 cents as an unbiased person who's done both and is not a mod of either. Just an FIA member for Codemasters F1, which I guess exposes me to a lot more of the terribleness of this game. I still
it's a
love the
shame.
game, though, but
Yeah, because this game had some potential to be good, but unfortunately, the past month or 2 has been really buggy and not fun.
And,
really throwing people off the game.
I'm going to say this. I have really not enjoyed racing F1 since F1 2019. And I know a lot of people hated that game. I just loved the way the gas felt and how... I just went back and watched some of my old clips, and you could actually use second gear, which is just wild. I don't know. I'm not saying that's more realistic or anything. That's just, personally, I feel like that one had its bugs, but its bugs were just kind of... I don't know. I feel like they could be fixed versus these. When something happens, the lobby is just done. Like, it's just over. In 2020, 2021, all of that nonsense. And I personally liked adjusting the ERS and all that mid-corner as someone who was able to do that. But I understand that not everybody wants to be fiddling with that every time. Anyways, the safety car's back in this lap. So Mr. Hood, now the de facto safety car for the third sector, able to go once the safety car has entered the pits. Technically, you can go before, but you can't catch it before it's in the pits. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting. G-Games, you'd have to say, Van, if you were Mr. Hood, you'd be feeling pretty good right about now, knowing the car right behind you has those hard tires on. Hard to get those warmed up. So he's probably feeling pretty confident about that. Kia, really important for him to get past him and build that 3-second gap if he can. And, of course, Chipsy, who was in P2, is going to want to get past these guys. Now, looks like Mr. Hood has taken off here, with G-Games getting a very poor start. Kia, they're just about getting the same. And here we go, Chipsy now with quite a flyer. Kia able to just save it a little bit, but into turn 1, you could see Chipsy looking for it just a little bit, maybe trying to psych out Kia. Kia making up some serious ground with that slipstream and just having so much more grip on those medium tires. Van, you talked about how terrible those hard tires are, and really showing in force now as he's around people with fresh medium tires. He's going to be forced on the inside here. Kia around the outside onto Raffles Boulevard, able to make that move stick, and now Chipsy about to get past G-Games as well down the inside here, but G-Games is going to have the slipstream from Kia. Possibly trying to go all the way to the inside here. Will he send it? Chipsy a little bit boxed in there. Not able to go around the outside as G-Games. He's really leaving him the space here. Chipsy might want to dive down the inside, but playing it safe. Knows he'll get past him. He has so much more pace on those medium tires. He just has to be patient.
Now all behind his teammate right now, Eric. Now picked up a 5-second penalty for the collision with Teichmann, so we'll have to see how that plays out later on. Pop
Under
dog
the
on
bridge
the
we go
sauce
here.
well.
You can see Chipsy kind of wanted to switch back, but just didn't place it perfectly and had to let out of it a little bit. Too much of a wide berth he gave it. Look at that, Kia already 1.9 seconds in front of G-Games, and don't forget, after G-Games overtook Kia, Kia lost 1.5 seconds to him in 2 laps, so if that can demonstrate to you a little bit just how slow those hard tires are, probably not fun out there if you're G-Games.
Oh,
Who
he
just
hits
hits
the
the wall? Yeah.
There's a battle for fifth right now between both AlphaTauris and the Alfa Romero. Pop dog on the softs, he's going to want to get past them, and there's a yellow flag. It's Sadis into the wall.
So here we go. Chipsy goes a little bit wide there. Kia picking up the fastest lap of the race thus far on his safety car restart lap. Chipsy to the inside, not going to be able to make the move stick just yet. Didn't want to send it under the brakes, understandable. Looks like G-Games has gotten those hards warmed up.
Oh.
Sorry, just a little bit. Oh no.
It's an incident between Eric and Pop Dog. Pop Dog trying to follow Niles' line into turn 1, but gets hit by Eric.
So here we go. Chipsy down Raffles Boulevard in the slipstream of G-Games. G-Games holding that outside line. Chipsy, is he going to send it down the inside? No, he is not. Looks like we have a Germany a T2 Germany all over again. Mr. Chipsy
Yeah.
unwilling to send it.
Tipton needs to get past 3 games because look at that gap that Kia's built in one
Already
lap.
3 seconds. Wowza. Good adaptive driving from Chipsy there. Last time through those 3 corners, he lost the rear being in 4th gear. So this time going into that corner, he was already in 5th. Chipsy now really close behind him, but without DRS, perhaps James is running a bit of a lower downforce setup. Using his overtake, Chipsy might look to the inside here. No, not a good spot, 4-1. But yeah. So now he has to sit behind him for this sector. Will James hit the wall again? Does he have wing damage from that? All questions we would love to have answered, but oh yeah, he does clip the wall just a little bit there, but it looked like that was more of his tire than his wing. So in the clear, James, wowza, almost nailing those walls. You hate to see it, but here we go. Chipsy cutting the corner a little bit there. Hopefully he didn't pick up a warning for his sake. Hood picking up the new fastest lap of the race, and Chipsy has got to overtake him here. Look at how close he is down the inside, but this is going to give James DRS, and if Chipsy takes a compromised line through these corners, oh, this is going to be... James could fight this back here, especially having... Well, actually, he's in the Williams, so I couldn't see for a second. Now they have about the same ERS. Chipsy struggling on the exit of turn 3 there, now into turn 4. We go. James probably not going to be close enough for an overtake, and Chipsy should be in the clear, opening up the DRS, but to no avail, as Chipsy is clear and through and able to start building that gap, which is or breaking down that gap, which is now at 4.3 seconds. Interestingly, Hood, Kia, in these laps, has not fallen back as far from his teammate as even Chipsy did in those opening laps. Is Hood nursing a problem here, or is he just taking it easy on the tires? Maybe trying to, or just being extra careful so that he can go onto a set of softs at the end and not have to touch those hard tires.
Yeah, I think that's his plan. Pit in like 9 laps or 8. Finish it on softs. Cosmic, the closest battle right now, chasing down MLG God, both on the hards. They have Pop Dog as well, who is on softs, but those softs won't last too long until he has to pit again. Ooh, and Cosmic locks up, almost hitting the barrier. That's going to allow Pop Dog to get past him.
Yeah, maybe trying to want to make that position back, I'm sure, for Cosmic, but possibly enables Chipsy. Wow, 140.2. How much faster is that than what Hood did? Not much, I don't think. Oh, Chipsy off. Almost. Saved it. A little bit of wheel spin there on the exit of 1 and almost sent him as he had his wheel turn left there. What? Am I having a moment? I'm having a moment. You can't look by fastest lap anymore. Wait. Wait.
And
Whoopsies. Okay, he's 0.2 faster than Hood was. Wow, that was a boomer moment. Forgive me. It's fine. Everything's under control, people.
Pop Dog behind MLG. He has DRS. He's on the soft compound. Let's see if he can get past him. He should get past them. He can probably do another 4 to 5 laps on those softs before they really start going bad. Walks up a little bit, but he's doing a good job. Sadis fighting for that 1 point in 10th of Teichmann. He's on a medium compound, so he'll get past Teichmann here.
A little bit
He
of a
should.
bump there. A little bit of a bump. Pop Dog into the back of MLG, but now routing a bull with Sadist, who opens up that DRS down Raffles Boulevard. The Haas, a little bit of a sitting duck here. Stays to the outside, tries to switch just a little bit to the inside, make his car as wide as possible, but Sadist pretty cleanly down the inside. A good move from him to secure that 1 point in 10th position. Further up the field here, let's go back to Pop Dog, who is within 0.5 of MLG God as we're approaching the start-finish straight where he will have DRS, and then again, if he can't make it stick, into Raffles Boulevard, but it looks like MLG God really struggling on those hard tires, of course, against the soft tires. Those soft tires aren't going to be that much grippier for a while, so I think if Pop Dog wants to use them to his advantage, he's got to do it pretty quickly. A little bit of a lock up there on the front right, it looked like, just as he gets slowed down. Look at how much more grip he has, almost able to do a switchback without doing a switchback here. MLG got having to hold that inside line, runs out wide, but still probably not as wide as he'd want to, but that actually a little bit compromised Pop Dog, who locked up there, a little bit scared by his braking now, opening up the DRS here for 7th position, Pop Dog. MLG got good defending, nice and early, swoops back to the line there a little bit close, but
wow.
Pop Dog does not care, sends it around the outside, and that is going to be the overtake of the race for me.
Yeah, that was good.
That was brave. MLG got not necessarily dirty.
Gypsy in the wall.
Oh no.
I believe he's lost part of his wing. I can't tell because the camera angle is terrible. Yep, his whole wing is gone.
Oh no.
He will have to
Rip
fit.
the heartbreak. Oh, that was close. Anyways, back to the Pop Dog MLG God. Not dirty from MLG God, just pretty questionable, but he probably didn't expect Pop Dog to make that move, so yeah, just caught him out as well, and Pop Dog made the move stick. What a brilliant overtake for 7th position. So looks like this race is pretty firmly in the hands of Mr. Hood, unless your games can do something wacky with the setup or with the strategy and really take advantage of some different tires at the end. As of now, Mr. Hood looking comfortably in the lead, but nothing's comfortable here in Singapore. Niall passes Chipsy's. Chipsy goes into the pits, so Niall will probably, you'd assume, be somewhat happy with a recovery to P4, all things considered, after getting spun out.
Yep, Niall, 12 laps on those mediums. I'm going to say he's going to be doing the same strat as Hood and pitting on lap 21 for the softs. I'm not sure. I feel like if he was to... No, we'll see actually in a couple laps what he does. Never mind what I was saying. I thought he might do another medium run, but it's too early for that. Gypsy, though, he puts on the mediums. I think, yeah, he's going to try going to the end with those. And they should come. I think they'll be around 60 to 70 by the time the race is over. That's still a long way to go. Pop Dog catching Eric now. His next target. However, though, those softs definitely are starting to hit the 50% range on tire wear. We'll see how much longer that'll last. We can look by checking MLG's gap as Mr. Hood picks up a penalty. Won't affect them at all, though, at the moment.
Yep.
Pop Dog has DRS and Eric. You definitely should get this move done on the next DRS straight, and there is a yellow flag for Sadis. MLG picks up his home penalty now. Let's see, can Pop Dog pull in another amazing overtake on the same corner here? He's using ERS, he has DRS, he's on the softer compound, he will catch him before the end of the turn, but it may not be enough. He's going to go on the inside this time, but nothing results out of it for now. He still has chance. MLG God, though, he's falling way behind.
Yeah.
Lost 2 seconds. Says retires, it's in the pits.
Well, that brings us to only 10 drivers left racing in Singapore, and my God, we're barely halfway through. Barely over halfway.
Cosmic is catching MLG. I think MLG is struggling on those hards or something because he's falling way behind.
Pop Dog into the pits.
Let's see what tire he comes into. MLG's also in the pits, so he must have had damage. Yep.
We'll see if they replace his wing, because his wing looks fine from the outboard camera shot. Let's see what happens.
MLG's going on to the mediums. Pop Dog is going on the mediums as well.
Chipsy smashing that fastest lap by nearly 8/10. Yeah, no win for MLG guy. Kia 6.4 seconds off the lead. James 8.6 off of him. And now no gap smaller than 5.5 seconds.
Yep.
This
Not
is
much to
great
really say.
banter. It really is. You know, this feels like a good time to go get a cookie, so I'm going to get a cookie, and we'll ride on board with Chipsy in case anything happens.
Okay. Well, we got 19 viewers, so welcome everyone who's watching this. Hopefully you're having a good time. I mean, you know, we haven't streamed in quite a bit. Tomorrow it's tier 3, doing Singapore. The real question is, can Omirai follow up on a really great race from Abu Dhabi? He's beaten me in time trial. He's pretty much matching Tack's pace, so you know he's going to be the clear favorite to win tomorrow night. And Chipsy is catching Cosmic. That's a good decision by Gore to stay on him as he gets that cookie. Cosmic on the hard compound will be very slow. Chipsy should have this move by the time they hit the second DRS, maybe even before that, honestly. Look how much time he's gaining. Cosmic is just not having the best of turns. Chipsy, yeah, he'll have this done by the second DRS, maybe even before that, yeah. And honestly, he's going to catch Eric at this rate as well. There's still 11 laps to go. Oh, and Chip, he just screws himself over. Oh no. And that's all this hard work down the drain. But he can catch him again. Most likely will, but that's 10 seconds that he has to work on again. So now the gaps are large again. And yeah. Now we wait. There's really not much to say. We have Eric pitting. Let's see, is he going to go on the softs? He is moving on to the mediums. Interesting choice. I mean, he can definitely make 10 laps or 11 last on those softs, I feel, but it's okay. Let's see how he uses those mediums. Chipsy now 8 seconds behind Cosmic, so you can definitely tell he'll catch up very shortly, maybe in a lap or two. Yeah, other than that, the gaps are pretty big. It's going to be interesting. Will we see Hood and Kia, maybe even Jagames pit shortly? I feel like this is going to be your window here. 21, 22. Now they could go the distance, but I think it'd be very beneficial to go on the softs. The time gained is just ridiculous, and let's see, Hood being 20 seconds ahead of Jagames could overtake him, and then definitely catch Kia within the time frame needed to win the race again. And actually, Mr. Hood has to pit regardless because that's his second medium tire, and he started on the mediums. So he will definitely be pitting this lap or next. Hello, and Chipsy, he caught Cosmic Gore, but then he spun. So now he has to reclaim all that lost time, which he is doing. He was 10 seconds behind him at the start of this lap, and now he's only 4.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so that's that big pace advantage on the mediums compared to the hards. MLG within a second of Eric, closest gap so far, until Chipsy catches Cosmic again. Mr. Hood coming near the pits. Is he going to pit? He's not going to pit. Interesting. I feel like this is the pit window for him. Maybe he'll be this lap. I'm going to be really surprised. I mean, he can obviously pit whenever he wants. I feel he's definitely going to win this race. He can really delay it as much as he wants. Even if Kia goes in early, it wouldn't be enough, I feel. Chipsy though, he's there. He is. He's caught up to Cosmic once again. At the same time, MLG's behind Eric, fighting for 8th. MLG will have DRS now. But he's way too far back to fight Eric. Chipsy, however, yep.
Might even get it done before the start-finish line, as he almost did when he was overtaking Games. Let's see, yeah, really turns. Oh boy, picking up a penalty there, and really not getting that much better drive out of the corner because of it. Does he go down the inside? No, just swerving back to the outside there to take the racing line. Cosmic, you can see, just really struggling for grip. Chipsy all the way around the outside, going for a bit of a pseudo switchback just to get a little bit more pace advantage on the speed. Almost loses it mid-4th gear. Brilliant gaming, excellent racing. I just hate the gear ratios in this game. It's fine anyways. To the inside. Chipsy to the outside, the inside-outside. Now, very far ahead, and can start the 37-second trek to try to overtake Games. That being said, Chipsy might not have to pit again.
Yeah, I mean...
He won't have to pit again.
Yeah, he won't.
Say.
He won't.
Yeah.
Niall, he pitted to the soft tire. And Mr. Hood's still out. Kia is going into the pits. Mr. Hood definitely will see that. But he has such a big gap that... Oh, and Jagame spins into the wall. He breaks his wing.
No.
He will pit now. That's gonna be very beneficial to Chipsy.
Chipsy could be back on the podium here. If not, will be back on the podium here if he can keep it together. Let's ride on board with Chipsy here through the 3rd sector as we now see Games going into the pits. Look at how slowly he has to go. If he picks up a penalty, that's just going to be somewhat inexcusable. No, he does not. Chipsy about to head under the bridge. This is actually going to be close.
Now, I think Games will definitely not be dumb enough to go on the mediums, and I lied. He is going on the mediums, so maybe it's a mistake. Thing happened very quickly, but that's unfortunate because he definitely would have been able to.
Blasting out of the final corner, going to be way ahead of Games.
Yep.
Baba Booey Cosmic's going to get in front of Games.
If Games meant to go on the mediums, that's a big mistake by him. And he's just throwing the podium away because Chipsy is going to be very tough to pass, I feel, even with that 6 lap advantage. And Niall's also on the soft, so he's going to pass Games too. So Games definitely out of the podium, in my opinion.
Yeah, let's see what Niall can bang in the lap times. Of course, able to qualify P3.
Let's see, is Hood going to finally pit? Hood is... Yes. 40 seconds between him and Kia. He's going to be comfortable winning this race. And yeah, now the gaps are back to being very big, so not much to say. Decor, you think now cannot catch Games with a 5-second gap. There's still a lot of time. I feel like he can. Nile, it's pretty quick. He just needs to hopefully not make any mistakes, but we'll see. Those fresh mediums will be very beneficial to Games as well. So Nile has to play his cards right here.
Yeah. It's gonna be close.
Will be. Games, though, is making a lot of time on Cosmic, which makes sense. Cosmic on those hards, 16 laps. If I was Cosmic, I would pit for the softs. Sure, you'll fall back a few positions, but you might maybe climb to 7th, beating Eric. And it's much better than just wasting time on the hards and losing time to Eric himself, because Eric will definitely make up a lot of time on him over the coming laps if he doesn't pit. We'll see what happens, though. Cosmic having a very awkward exit out of the hairpin. It's going to allow Games to get past him on the inside.
Oh, yeah.
Nile, though, not really gaining time. I lied. There it is. But that's against Cosmic, actually, so not really. It's ejected as Games. Games 10 seconds away from Chipsy. Can he catch him within the time frame required? 6 laps left. What do you think?
He's just not making as much progress as I would have expected. But who knows? In the words of Wilfred Noyce, a machine is like a desert. It either fascinates or repels you.
I think Games will catch him just enough to get that DRS, but it's going to be on the final lap, and Chipsy will defend very hard and be the winner.
He's going to make up 9.8 seconds?
I mean, I think he'll get in DRS range before the final lap, but it won't be like
I'm betting
enough.
He's going to be 3.2 seconds away from him at the start of the final lap.
Let's see. Nile, though, our closest gap, catching Cosmic. There should be an easy pass for him once he has DRS, maybe even before DRS, actually.
Yeah.
Those hards are not.
Ooh, yeah, they're not holding on. But I respect what Cosmic's doing here. You gotta go for it. At this point, you're 17 laps on them. Might as well. 138.8 for Mr. Hood, setting the fastest lap of the race. Nile with DRS. Baba Booey down the inside, the exact same place that Games made that move on Cosmic.
Yeah, not much else to really say. All we can do is just wait, see what happens. Can Nile catch Games? I don't think so anymore. Even on the softs, he really wasted a lot of time being behind Cosmic, and it's not helping. And Games, every lap, his time to catch Chipsy goes more. Now, Chipsy does have a penalty. I believe that's 3 seconds, so doesn't need to exactly catch him. I don't know, he's really not showing the pace, I feel. We'll see.
We'll see. Sorry. Yeah, you know, here's the thing about Singapore. It sucks.
You don't
with
like
10
Singapore?
people. Oh, I love
Oh,
Singapore.
yeah.
Actually, it's my favorite track.
Yeah,
Um,
with 10 people, it can definitely be very
to watch, let's say.
lackluster.
See, here's the thing. I'll go into my, as we have no gaps closer than 4 seconds, I will go into my Singapore theory. Okay? I
Theory.
think that as a driver, and this is just personal, this is very subjective, none of this is objective, I'm sure a lot of people will disagree. For me, the fights that I enjoy the most are on tracks like Monaco and Singapore, but I think where Singapore edges it out is that it is more possible to overtake. It's still very hard, but it's more possible. But in some respects, it is harder because the tires get overheated. It's really hard to get the traction down, especially better than the car in front. But if you can manage all that, there's just a lot more space on the track to physically make the overtake. And oh, Chipsy has caught up to Kia.
Yes, Kia may have had a moment there.
Yeah, especially on those soft tires. It looks like his wing is, for the most part, intact at least. Kia holding that inside, gonna let Chipsy by. Huh. Well, I stand by my 3.2 seconds to Chipsy. Anyways, but if you can make all that work, I just find the tension and it's just more fun, especially as someone who I'm not usually the fastest. I kind of rely on getting like a quick start and then being able to hold cars behind with defending. Obviously, it's easier on tracks like this, but even the overtaking to the same extent is just more satisfying. And it's kind of, you know, you can really, I enjoy getting into the rhythm of a race and just doing the laps and actually driving the car rather than having a car around you at all times and going left and right and left and right and left and right. That's fine at the end of a race, and like I said, defending, and that's all great. But I just find it more fun when an overtake is something you kind of have to work the race for, and then you get it done instead of, you know, it kind of getting lost in, oh, you have to do it 50 times, so it doesn't really matter type deal. So
Yeah.
that's why I don't love Austria or tracks like that or DRS trains. I much prefer tracks like this. That being
Same.
said, I
I
also love China. And people hate China, so.
Yeah, I think China has a unique layout with turn one. Yeah, I like Singapore as well.
Yeah. I just like, as I said, for someone who's defending most of the time rather than actually overtaking, I enjoy the tracks, obviously, where it's harder to overtake. But, you know, it's... I don't know. The fight just feels more fair. Like Suzuka, for instance, is another great one where you can go really fast and there's space for the cars. It's just hard in the dirty air. You know, like that.
Yep.
That I feel like, and you know, I don't know. Like Terry and I, the last time we were at Singapore, we had like some 21 lap battle, and I just feel like those are a lot more fun than always battling different cars. But to each their own. To each their own. Jagame's now 4 seconds off Kia, has some serious troubles.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Kia here.
Finally, the rear end camera shot from Codemasters is actually put to some use. Game's looking like he's going to get past him, possibly even in this third sector, if not on the next DRS straight. But look at how much time, if nothing else, this is costing Games on the way to Chipsy.
Oh.
If it wasn't out of the question before, I think it certainly is now. This has reset him back to 9 seconds behind.
Yeah.
Kia gonna
Oh,
learn
is
out
he
of
gonna
it.
try to move here?
Oh.
I don't think this is smart.
Yeah, Kia backing out of it wisely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't enjoy the track back to Singapore. I don't necessarily enjoy the tracks where it's harder to overtake. As someone who likes to defend, I just like the tracks where it's, I guess, possible. So rather than loving these tracks for that reason, I more hate the other tracks for the fact that you're just a sitting duck and it's just a pace battle no matter what. But some people love that, so, you know. But driving the night races, going through the lights and stuff, it's always nice and pretty, so I love Singapore. It's fun. Kia, yeah, some major problems. Niall might even catch him by the end of the race if his pace keeps like this. Niall could find himself back in P4. Cosmic also did pit. I don't know if you said that, Van. He pitted 2 laps ago on the soft tires.
Yeah. That's actually this lap. He's on old softs, which I feel he should have done way earlier in the race because he would have had a chance to fight for 6.
Yeah.
I think this is how our final thing is going to look like. Can't see anyone else getting any moves done.
Yeah. So it started as a Williams 1-2, and it would be fair to say not the smoothest of races for the second Williams, but it's going to finish. It doesn't matter how you start, it matters how you finish. And that will be a Williams 1-2 if they can keep it together.
Who's your driver today?
Chipsy, I think.
Chipsy.
Actually, yeah, I'm going to go with Chipsy. I would give it to Niall if he had made up more places because he got spun versus Chipsy spinning on his own, but Chipsy making, what, 3 pit stops and having spin? No, he's only made 2 stops. Really? Okay. I thought Chipsy... Huh.
I was going to say Mr. Hood because he commanded the race from the very beginning.
Well, yeah, but he's also Mr. Hood. I could go either way, but Chipsy's made up so many positions. And
Yeah.
it's fun fighting, but yeah, we can give it to Mr. Hood. No mistakes in Singapore. But yeah, so let's give it to Mr. Hood. Mr. Negative Nancy over there, Van, saying the podium was out of reach for G Games. Proving
I mean,
wrong.
look, I don't know what happened with Kia. I don't see no damage, so rigged. That's all I'm saying.
Wow.
One more lap until this long race is over. It's already 10:22. Hopefully the drivers are ready to end this race. It must be very boring to be on your own for almost an hour.
Yeah, I mean, I was with you and I was bored, so I can only imagine. No, Van's company always keeps me warm and and comfortable here in the commentary booth. Van is excellent with his hands. And I'm talking about racing, as a racing driver. As here, we could be seeing a last lap pass for Niall and Kia. Presumably there will be.
Let's see. I don't know what's happened with Kia, but maybe his brake pedal broke or something.
Or his edibles kicked in.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Here we go, Kia getting a much better exit out of that final corner. As they start the final lap, Mr. Hood, how far is he into the lap? He's already going under the bridge. But we'll go back to 1.2 seconds off. Kia able to pull himself out of DRS. So is Kia turning on the afterburners, just giving the Irish guy, the Irish boat lover, just a little dock tease. Who knows? But we'll see what happens here. Kia with that 3-second penalty, actually. Niall will get the
Oh, and
position
Kia
on.
spins!
Ooh.
And that actually might put Eric in 5th with the penalties. Maybe.
Yeah, it looks like it will. And now Mr. Hood crosses the line. Wow, that was perfect timing. Crosses the line to win in Singapore for round 8 of the Tier 2 Apollo Racing Club Series. Dominant victory. Really never in doubt. I think we called it on lap 3 that he was very comfortably going to win this race if he didn't spin. He didn't spin. Got it together. Very impressive. Also very impressive, the recovery drive to start 1-2 and Chipsy to finish 1-2 for a Williams 1-2. Brilliant. And J Games with an excellent podium. Doing the alternate strategy. Made it somewhat work, at least not to his detriment, and then Niall going to come home 4th. Impressive.
Yep, Kia will fall back to 6.
Maybe even on track if Eric gets a little impatient for his extra points. No, he's got this. Okay. Yeah, I wonder what happened to Kia. And you know, the best part is we could interview him and let everybody who's curious know, but we're not going to do that. As Kia brings it across the line, Eric does get it on track.
And everyone clapped. What a race.
What a race. Some would say thrilling from start to finish, but those people would be wrong.
Oh my God, MLG almost crashing himself out.
You know what'd be funny is if someone does that and they have to reverse for such a long amount of time they get DQ'd.
That would be very sad.
Well, everybody, thank you for watching Apollo Racing Club. Driver of the day, Eric 1450, will not be our driver of the day. Our driver of the day is Mr. Hood, and coincidentally, the race winner. Thank you for joining us tonight on Apollo Racing Club for round 8 of the Tier 2 season. Join us next Monday for next Monday is definitely a break week, right?
That's it. I don't even know. I think we're straight racing for a little bit. It's going to be...
Hold on. Yes, you are correct. Sorry. Oh, this was round 6.
Don't worry about it.
Really? This is only round 6?
Yes, because they had the delay Abu Dhabi and Austria now. That's technically round 5.
So you knew the whole time, Van.
I mean, I honestly, I knew it wasn't right, but I was like, yeah, whatever.
Anyways, join us next week at the same time, 9 p.m. Eastern, or for non-idiots, why do we not do it in Central Time? Every TV show does it in Central Time. Why do we magically do it? Because the leader is in Boston, everybody. God, it's biased up in here. Anyways, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Also, we offer driver's courses provided by ARC. So, come around and enjoy that. Anyways, thanks for watching.